All right, our first witness today is Dr. Dennis Jacobe, who's the chief economist at Gallup. With 20 years of experience working with some of the world's best-known financial firms, he leads several of Gallup's key economic tracking measures. Dr. Jacobe received a Ph.D. in economics from Virginia Tech with major areas of specialization in money and banking, public finance, and public choice. Thank you for being here today with us, Dr. Jacobe.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It's a pleasure to be here, Chairman Graves and Ranking Member Velasquez. What I'll do is just quickly go through some of the key points of my testimony. We have a lot of data moving very quickly. What I want to do is cover 5 quick points. The first being that I think we're at a critical juncture for the economy from our behavioral economics data, and it provides us with an opportunity and also a risk, of course. Second, we just completed a poll with Wells Fargo Gallup poll that we do quarterly every year, and we found the highest optimism we've found since July of 2008. So that's a really good opportunity in that context. We found their hiring intentions to be the best they've been since January of 2008. So it's another kind of opportunity where people are looking forward to 2012 in a very optimistic way. We also found in our surveys some key obstacles to their doing that hiring and to expanding. And then I have a suggestion for you from our sort of behavioral economics and polling analysis. So what we do is every night we ask about 1,000 Americans across the country their opinions on the economy. We ask a lot of other things, but we're the only polling firm that goes and does that every night. We've done that consistently since January of 2008, so now we have a pretty good behavioral economics database. From that, for example, we create a consumer confidence index of our own we call economic confidence, and unlike what you heard from the conference board, our numbers show that consumer confidence remains as high as it was prior in May of last year. So it's not the downturn that you've heard recently, and we think our numbers, about 30,000 interviews a month, are pretty impressive in that kind of measurement process. In terms of job creation, we create something we call a job creation index and we ask firms, employees, whether they're hiring or firing. In that process, we measure over time their intentions to hire. What we're finding is employees are saying that hiring intentions are the best they've been since 2008. Again, another surprising number, actually September of 2008. We also measure unemployment, and what will happen Friday, I don't know, because there's a lot of change taking place in what the BLS does on an annual basis. But our number comes out to be, as I have in my testimony, at mid-month it was 8.3%, which is seasonally unadjusted. Just today, our number comes in at 8.6% in terms of the unemployment rate. More important, if you see in my testimony on the first chart in there, I have 18.1% underemployed. Our underemployment measure takes the people who are unemployed and adds to the number of people who are working part-time but want to work full-time. That number, just over the last 2 weeks, has gone up to 18.6%. So again, a critical kind of juncture and a big jump in a short period of time. If you look at our index, which is a couple charts further into my testimony, you see that huge jump in terms of small business optimism. That number, the 15, is, as I said, the highest since July of 2008. And on the next page, I sort of outlined for you the gap in terms of hiring intentions, which again are as good as January 2008. When we survey small business owners, which we do routinely, we ask them why they're not hiring, and I outline in my testimony a sequence of different questions as to why people aren't hiring right now. And obviously, they always come back, small business owners come back, they'd like more revenue, they'd like more cash flow, that kind of thing. But one of the key items that they continually repeat, no matter how we ask the question, is that they are concerned about government regulation. Whether that's true in reality or simply true in perception, they continually repeat that as one of the reasons why they're not hiring. So that leads me to sort of 2 quick conclusions. One is that I think that given the juncture of small business with their optimism right now, anything that you could do to help that optimism and that psychology would be beneficial, and simply a moratorium on regulation so that you don't discuss what's good and what's bad, but simply taking away that psychological constraint. I think would give a boost to small business at this point in time. And then I also mentioned that we're very concerned about the high level of unemployment and underemployment. And so we think that we should consider something that helps get small businesses into the process of bringing in interns and those kind of workers to learn, because we're afraid that a lot of people are not getting the skills they need. And we keep surveying small businesses. They tell us that they need skilled workers. So thank you very much. I'd be glad to answer any questions.